The countless number of DMs that I get on multiple platforms is kinda wild, but there's a couple of times that I've received a common question regarding a particular jeweler that's become super popular in social media with platforms like TikTok and YouTube, and that's Moses the Jeweler.
It's early morning here at Moses Jewelry. With the black coffee in my hand.
I can't. I pay more.
What up, G? How's it going? We're over here. It's live. Love.
Now, it's been a pretty consistent question across the board. Yo, Coobs, what's your thoughts on Moses the Jeweler? Is he official? Some of his prices are super good. Like, what's the catch? So I figured since he's so popping it in these streets and putting his name in the algorithm might just get me additional views. So let's roll my fucking music so I can put you on to my thoughts on Moses the Jeweler.
Kind of a big deal.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. This dude has made a ridiculous splash in the last 12 to 16 months. Now, a little bit of a Snapple fact. I want to say a couple of months back, I believe it was on St. Patrick's Day, that I did the video doing the tours and stopping at different spots at the Diamond District and going to people's shops and doing some footage. That day was a ridiculously wild storm, and Moses the Jeweler was one of my stops. Now, when I had gotten to Moses the Jeweler, super hospitable, it looked like he had a long night, drinking some coffee. It was rough. I chopped it with him for, I want to say, no more than a minute and a half. It seemed like he was just getting himself acclimated. It was an early day. He was super hospitable for that 1 minute, and my cameraman and I decided, yo, let's let him get his bearings in order. We'll go to the other guys first and then eventually come back. We never did go back, unfortunately. As mentioned, the rain got really crazy and the camera equipment was getting a little bit too saturated for my liking, so we were able to do other stops, but not Moses the Jeweler. And this is before the whole internet TikTok explosion, before the whole Mazal craze and all that. So here's the thing about Moses the Jeweler. Now, I've known about Moses the Jeweler, I want to say, for at least, give or take, 4 years or so. So he started doing these really artistic, eclectic pieces, collaborating with who I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Moses, if you watch this joint, I think he did a collaboration or at least CAD work with like Lion Diamonds, because there was a lot of cross promotion between the brands on some of the pieces that Moses was showcasing, which was like a Kobe piece and some other beautifully artistic enamel pendants. And if I find pictures, I'll definitely showcase them on the channel. That really caught my attention because at that time, not many people were going that route. And I see that this young dude, because he is younger than me, grinding, putting these artistic pieces into full effect, and I'm like, yo, who is this kid? Granted, his social media following at that time was not popping like that. I mean, he had followers, but definitely nowhere near the scale that he is now. I appreciated his eye for detail at that time. Fast forward now, he's become an entire brand and entity outside of the jewelry space, right? It's a whole social media gamut. I think what has helped spark the public's interest in Moses the Jeweler is that there's some element that he has that is kind of rare when it comes to the social media space, which I like to refer to as the DJ Khaled effect. He kills people with kindness, the humility. Yeah, he's flashy and flexy and stylish. He's a young bachelor making money, decked out to the nines and taking risks when it comes to all these pieces and jewelry and accessories. And although it may seem a little shtickish, like he's just putting on for the camera as far as that humility and that kindness and preaching the love factor, again, the hospitality was there in that brief interaction, and I've kind of seen his energy consistent throughout the board. Considering that I have a lot of contacts in the Diamond District, there hasn't been one person that I know of that has come off saying anything negative about Moses the Jeweler. So I can confidently say that his energy is consistent across the board. Now, the kid knows how to work a deal, he knows how to buy correctly, and in these exchanges, especially the exchange that he's in, there's a lot of good dealers in there that intermingle and can do business within each other, which overall helps the bottom line for the consumer. Now, in him getting the space, having his dad work in the business, I believe a little bit more in the repair or diamond side, not so much I feel the sale, I could be wrong. I think he took that and flipped it into a modern day element, which is that social media, the flash, the hype, but then doing something that everybody else really isn't doing or embracing is that positivity, that good energy vibe. Still having a strong sales negotiation tactic, as all jewelry salesmen in the district do, but he comes off with a lot of love, positivity, and humility. And that's something that social media has completely lost. Sensationalism rules everything. Everybody wants to be the big swinging dick, have a fucking attitude, be a bully, and I can't stand that shit. That shit is an instant turnoff. I don't want to do any business with anyone who has bully tactics that act like they have the biggest dick in the room. That shit is the biggest fucking turnoff. That may work with children, but it doesn't work with adults. And as a businessman, Moses can see that. Even at his younger age, can visualize that, yo, you catch a lot more bees with honey than you do with lemon or vinegar. And this is something that happens throughout business. The cockiness, the arrogance, the lack of respect that is provided to other patrons or business owners is what differentiates you from the next man. And that's what's helping propel Moses the jeweler to the next level. He has a very good eye for detail. He's definitely into the more flashy and blinging, but I do see some changes in the inventory and him teaming up with the proper guys, knowing that, hey, this may be a better strong suit for this one may be a better strong suit for that one, but I know this, and I know customers, and I know how to interact with people, and that strength is incredible. Now that he's paired himself with the proper cameraman, with the proper sales team, because the proper team is what helps you build to the next chapter, now he's doing more philanthropic things, giving back to the community, handing money out to the children. All that shit that's done on camera that some people frown upon. I'll be honest with you. Some people are like, yo, if you're gonna give off the camera. I don't know what this man does outside of what we all see, but either way, it's still a beautiful gesture that takes time out of your day to make someone else smile. And that's an amazing character to have in a human being, not just a salesperson. Yes, that can overall help enhance your business acumen, and people see that and want to automatically be around this celebrity type figure with good energy. And I think anybody who's a human being, especially a human being in business, should take these very simple steps of kindness, respect, positive energy, customer service interactional skills, sprinkled in with a dash of humility, and that will give you success. In the sales transaction with other business people doesn't mean you can't be strong in negotiations, doesn't mean you can't be a shark. You can do all those things and still have those other features, which this young man absolutely has. And what's going to happen is his numbers are going to continue growing, the customers are going to continue coming in, his pride, his energy, his confidence is going to continue growing, therefore trickling down into more philanthropical ideas, handing more things to the children, helping young hustlers move up. That shit is a positive move. So for me, Moses the jeweler is fucking aces in my book. It's really that simple. The kid has good artistic eye. He's been doing it before the social media exposure. He's a young hustler grinding, figuring out the proper keys to make it successful in this business and still keeping the same energy, which is very rare. Even in someone like me. As a person who's older than Moses the jeweler, I learn shit every day. And I'm learning how the internet can make things toxic, but if you counteract it with something beautiful, positive, and keep your genuine enthusiasm about what you do, you can shift the narrative and hopefully the negativity will sway away and bring in the positive vibes, because that's a beautiful thing that we all need in life, is that positive energy. So well done to Moses the jeweler and his team, because no one man can do it by himself. The overall team, congratulations on being able to explode the channel the way that you have and help other people along the way in your exchange or in your circle get that notoriety. And I see how they're starting to move into that social media aspect, because you're helping people get exposure and helping other people win, which in turn helps you win. And go support the dude. He doesn't need my fucking support, but this is something that people have asked, and here I shared it with y'all. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. P.S. Go to MrCubano.com. The jewelry boxes are there on limited release. They've been selling like crazy. Thank you guys so much. We're almost at 30%, 40% sold. So get them while they're hot. And don't forget, the Influence brand is also on MrCubano.com. Neck profile t-shirts, more merch is coming. So stay tuned. I'll see you bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tag when it's time to call back.
For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in.